Welcome back friends, this is Frazer from Art Studio.
Hope you are doing fine, friends. So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to sculpt rock in ZBrush. So let's get started. The first thing you see when you open ZBrush, on the interface you see the light box. So it contains all the files. So from here we'll select the dynamic sphere, right? So there are two dynamic spheres in front of you. You can select either of them. It already has the dynamic on, so you don't have to turn it on manually unless you need to update it. So we can see on the screen we have the dynamic sphere, and if we click on Shift F, we see the wireframe. It is pretty low poly count. It's like low res. So we need a higher resolution model to work with. So what we'll do is just dynamic it once more. So for that we'll increase the resolution, and we can see now with the frame on, you can see that the poly count has increased and it is good to start sculpting, but it's not smooth, so we just smooth it up. So the best way to smooth it is to use the polish from deformation. Scroll down to deformation tab, crank up the polish and do it few times till you get the desired smooth result. Yeah, this looks good. So now it's workable. Let's start with the first step. The first step, we'll create the basic shape for the rock. So for that, press Ctrl and Shift and just hold it, and we get this box for the tools for clipping and select tools and crop tools and all that, trim tools. So from here we'll need the clip curve tool. Okay, so we'll select that with the Shift Ctrl, and whenever you press Shift Ctrl, that will be selected and highlighted, ready to use. So let's start. So we just drag it from top to bottom along the face or surface of the sphere, and we get something like this. So with the wireframe on, you can see that it has cropped off this face, right? So we just carry on and keep sculpting, keep carving in different angles. Don't forget to check the symmetry, and the symmetry should be off because we don't want to create a symmetrical object over here. We want it make it asymmetrical and basically organic. Keep cropping in different angles from top and sides. Keep turning the wall, keep turning the sphere, I mean, with big and small cuts like this. Yeah, so friends, if you're new to my channel, I create tutorials on ZBrush, Maya, Substance Painter, that is modeling, sculpting, texturing. I also offer online classes. Anyways, if you're interested in this stuff, in modeling and sculpting 3D art, and if you like what I'm showing, check out my channel. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you get the notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a like. Anyways, coming back, so this looks pretty good, and you can see it's asymmetrical from the top as well, and from overall, from everywhere it's been sculpted and carved out from all angles. So moving on to the next step. For the next step, we'll be using a couple of brushes. One of them is the Orb Flatten Edge brush. I'll give you the link for this brush in the description below. You can download it from there, it's free. It's in the Orb pack. So we'll use this brush. You can see we'll just use this brush with the same values it has, or you can just change the strength a little more, and then just keep sculpting on the surfaces. So basically it will give you a nice flat kind of flattened effect to get the stylized look for the rock. Okay, so this is the surface variation we are creating with this brush, and we'll use this brush along with our very own trim dynamic brush from ZBrush. Okay, so we'll use this in couple, like this portion is not going well with the flatten edge brush, so we use the trim dynamic. So DTD for trim dynamic shortcut. So just flatten out these edges just to get it more organic. Just randomly just try to get it a little flatter instead of hard and sharp. You can increase the brush size, create some variation as well. One more thing, it's still the surface is very flat and straight, right? So in order to make it more curve or like a kind of more organic, we'll use the move brush, and with the move brush we'll just go around and pull out and make it more rounder, curvier shape, make it more organic, right? Yeah, this looks good. Coming back to our flatten edge brush. So these edges which we had earlier sculpted with the trim dynamic, you'll just flatten out them with the flatten edge brush. So just create some variation with both the brushes in unison. Okay, supporting and complementing each other, and keep increasing, decreasing the brush size. So there's no hard and fast rule for this. The only thing I'm teaching you is the basic process and the best and the easiest way to get some kind of stylized look. Okay, so coming to edges like this, we use the trim dynamic brush. Just flatten out these edges like this, and then use the flatten edge brush and just smooth that and create that transition. The mesh is on, so just update the dynamesh. So this is done. Going into some further detailed part, that is breaking up the edges a little more. For that we'll use the trim dynamic brush and just create some kind of cuts, or you can say broken parts, and damage, you can say. Just sculpt it out with the trim dynamic and to split out these edges. Okay, and then with that, now with the flatten edge brush, we'll make it little smooth and look a little better and more stylized, I would say, using that along with the trim dynamic. Yeah, I'm happy with this, and this looks pretty good, and only the final stage is left of ZRemeshing. I have the shortcut because I have created a custom menu. If you haven't seen the tutorial for creating custom menu, you can check the iBot works and check the video. For you can go to the geometry panel and just scroll down to ZRemesh. Keep the adapt on. For now I'll keep it same. So I want to create a same poly count version of it, just with a better topology. I mean, a topology in the sense is what it has already. Okay, so yeah, hit the ZRemesher and it will take a couple of seconds. And yeah, as you can see, it has remeshed, and the poly count is slightly less, but there's not much difference between the you can see the ZRemesh version and the version and the dynamesh version. It's pretty close, so that's good. Although you can see closer with the edges, it's like lost some resolution because the poly count has decreased slightly over there. So no problem, we can fix that very easily with the clay polish. Okay, so I have a shortcut, but you can scroll down again to geometry, and just above the dynamesh button you will find the clay polish button, the clay polish option. Just hit it, and once you hit that, you can see immediately the edges have become harder and like it's looking more stylized. Okay, so it's a bit smoother also. Yeah, so that's good. So once that's done, we have the high poly. We'll create a backup as a low poly. We'll be using that for texturing, okay, or as the main low poly model while making the textures with the high poly. And for that we'll just duplicate the mesh and rename both of them as high poly rock and low poly rock. Then just copy the name from here and just paste it for the low poly as well, and just rename it. So yeah, as you can see, I've kept the low poly model on top and the high poly model below that. Okay, the mesh below that. So I'll just turn off the high poly for now, and we'll check the low poly. I mean, we'll create the low poly. It's just the mesh with the high poly now. So we'll just reduce the poly count with ZRemesher. Okay, so coming back to ZRemesher, now we'll turn on the detect edge button and keep it half, and then ZRemesh it a couple of times till we get something around 3000 poly count. Let's see. Just ZRemesh it a couple of times with the half value, so it's coming down, looks better. Once more, yeah, this looks pretty cool, and it's like around 4000. Okay, but we'll turn this off for now. We'll use this later for texturing, as I mentioned in the next tutorial. Okay friends, coming back to the high poly mesh. Okay, going for the last and the final part, which is detailing it further. For that we'll use another brush from the off pack, which is kind of surface detailing brush. Okay, so I'll give you the link for that brush as well in the description. So let's first try once with the normal settings and values. as you can see, we're getting hard kind of edge, so we'll just cool down all of our edge flow to 0, and then just randomly with small and big values we just sculpt. You can increase the subdivisions or the division to make it smoother. Okay, so create some big and small kind of patterns you can see coming up, giving you a more kind of rocky feel on the surface. That looks pretty good. Yeah, nice. And if you want, you can increase the intensity as well. So we'll just try once with more intensity. We'll just try once more. And one more thing is, just to make it more subtle and variable, just use the trim dynamic brush and just clip or flatten out certain edges, certain portions, pattern. Okay, so it's not like repetitive. This looks pretty good, and we've come to the end of this tutorial. Quick, fast, easy way to create a rock in ZBrush. Sculpt it out, and I hope you liked it, you learned something from it. And if you have, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. That will encourage me to create more videos like this and more stuff. Thanks for watching, friends. See you in the next tutorial where I'll be doing the texturing of this rock in Substance Painter. Goodbye, take care.